Dear viewers, in today's episode, we will explore the economic conditions and the state of education during that era. We will learn how wars, political instability, famine, heavy taxation, and rising prices severely affected the lives of ordinary people. At the same time, we will see how education, the pursuit of knowledge, and the writing of history continued despite these difficult circumstances. So, without further delay, let's begin. Economic conditions: prices, imports, exports, and state taxation. Political instability and the loss of Mediterranean trade routes to the Europeans severely damaged foreign commerce. Agricultural production declined due to the neglect of canal excavation, irrigation systems, and land development. Famine, epidemics, and widespread disorder left many villages deserted. Meanwhile, exports increased to finance the costs of war and meet the demands of the ruling class, while imports remained comparatively low, further deepening the economic crisis. In the post-revolution period, the fleeing nobles, emirs, dismissed deputies, secretaries, and government officials returned to their former positions. In many cases, they demanded wealth and property from the general population. Some of the Sultan's deputies even demanded up to 3 years of unpaid taxes or required 4 months' land tax to be paid in advance, placing an even heavier burden on the people. Economic conditions: rising prices and tax reforms. Political instability, declining trade, and reduced agricultural production led to a sharp rise in the cost of living. Essential goods such as grain, olive oil, rice, and soap became too expensive for ordinary people to afford. Food shortages became so severe that even adulterated barley bread was sold in the markets. However, conditions improved during the reign of Sultan al-Nasir. In 724 AH, he abolished taxes on food grains, increasing food supplies, stabilizing the markets, and earning the gratitude of the people. The Sultan's deputy abolished several taxes, including those on animal fodder, milk, leather, market transactions, and funeral services. He also lifted the ban on the sale of unripe dates. These reforms reduced the prices of essential goods, making food and other necessities more affordable for the general public. Later, the taxes on salt and palaces were abolished, and taxes on goats, sheep, and local and imported yarn were reduced, bringing relief to the people. Despite these reforms, the royal court remained known for its lavish lifestyle. In 732 AH, the wedding of Anuk Muhammad, the son of Sultan Malik al-Nasir, was celebrated with an enormous dowry, a grand feast, and extravagant illuminations, becoming a remarkable example of royal luxury. Education system. Although the pursuit of knowledge and learning was once widespread, the quality of education and teachers was already being criticized during that period. As intellectual and scientific progress gradually declined, the condition of the education system became increasingly weak and deteriorated. According to the account of Ibn Kathir, Sheikh Muhammad ibn Ja'far devoted nearly 40 years to teaching, yet he owned no savings, house, or wealth. He lived a simple life, bought his meals from food stalls, and spent his nights at the university. His life reflects the difficult financial conditions faced by many teachers of that era. The poor financial condition of teachers is further reflected in the salary structure of the time. A teacher earned only 80 dirhams per month, while a young goat or sheep cost about 250 dirhams. This shows that teachers' incomes were far below the cost of living, highlighting the decline of the education system during that period. 1. Major educational developments. During this period, the main centers of learning shifted from Baghdad to cities such as Damascus, Cairo, Jerusalem, Alexandria, Hama, Aleppo, Homs, Asyut, and Fayoum. Cairo gradually replaced Baghdad as the leading center of scholarship, attracting large numbers of scholars, writers, and students. 2. Patronage of literature and scholarship. During this period, the ruling class largely withdrew its support for literature and scholarship. Only a few sultans, emirs, and caliphs encouraged learning, honored scholars, or appreciated literary works. However, some rulers showed a keen interest in history, leading to the compilation of several important historical works and encyclopedias under their patronage. Advancement of history and social sciences. During this period, history and social sciences witnessed remarkable progress. Ibn Khaldun's Muqaddimah emerged as one of the greatest works on the philosophy of history. He viewed history not merely as a record of events, but as a discipline that analyzes their causes, patterns, and principles. At the same time, political, administrative, and military knowledge also advanced significantly. 4. Destruction of libraries and homes. During this period, wars and invasions led to the destruction of countless libraries, homes, and valuable books. The Mongols and Tatars devastated Baghdad, burning libraries and throwing thousands of manuscripts into the rivers. Likewise, the conquest of Spain and internal conflicts among Islamic factions resulted in the loss of many important works, dealing a severe blow to scholarship and learning. Turning to religion during times of crisis. As wars, political instability, and the destruction of cities spread, people increasingly turned to religion in search of hope and security. At the same time, scientific and intellectual progress slowed, while superstition, legendary tales, astrology, and similar subjects gained greater popularity. Establishment of educational institutions. During the Mamluk period, numerous educational institutions were established in Egypt and Syria. Al-Bidayah wa al-Nihaya mentions more than 80 such institutions, most of them located in Syria, while others were founded in Jerusalem, Aleppo, Baalbek, Homs, Hama, and Cairo. Ibn Kathir focused mainly on Damascus, giving less attention to the educational institutions of Cairo. However, after the Mongol invasions, many scholars migrated to Syria and Egypt, and the widespread establishment of Waqf endowments, along with competition among the major Islamic schools of thought, led to the founding of numerous madrasas. These institutions primarily emphasized the teaching of the Quran and Hadith, while medicine, linguistics, and other fields of study received comparatively less attention. Scholarship and appointment to high offices. During this period, scholarship opened the way to prestigious positions. Many teachers and scholars were appointed as judges, muftis, khatibs, imams, and administrators of the Bayt al-Mal, Waqf estates, libraries, and other important government institutions. Dear viewers, that concludes today's discussion. We have briefly explored the economic conditions, education system, and key characteristics of this period. In the next episode, we will discuss more important topics in greater detail. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Thank you very much for your valuable time and continued support. See you in the next episode.